Hello and welcome back to another hurricane season update video. Today I will be updating you guys on the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season. The video is starting soon. Let me share my screen. Also, happy Columbus Day, everyone. This is supposed to be Sean, guys. Disturbance number 1, chance of cyclone formation in 48 hours. Eastern Tropical Atlantic AL92. A low-latitude tropical wave located several hundred miles southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands continues to produce a large area of showers and thunderstorms. This activity has become a bit more concentrated this afternoon, and environmental conditions appear conducive for additional development of this system during the next several days. A tropical depression is likely to form in the next couple of days while it moves west-northwestward or northwestward across the eastern tropical Atlantic. Formation chance through 48 hours, high 70%. Formation chance through 7 days, high 80%. This should be Tammy. Disturbance number 2, 20% chance of cyclone formation in 48 hours. Southwestern Gulf of Mexico. Shower and thunderstorm activity has changed little in organization. In association with a small area of low pressure over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico, environmental conditions appear only marginally favorable for some additional development, while the system moves slowly northward before the low merges with a frontal system over the western Gulf of Mexico by midweek. This may or may not form into Tammy, they're saying. Formation chance through 48 hours, low 20%. Formation chance through 7 days, low 20%. Tropical Storm Max and Lydia. We might run out of names this year, guys. We've moved on to Sean already, guys. This is Sean. Gonna be Sean. Once again, disturbance number one, which has 70% chance of cyclone formation in 48 hours, will be named will become Sean. It will become Sean. Disturbance number one, 80% chance of cyclone formation in 7 days. It'll be named Sean. Disturbance number two, 20% chance of cyclone formation in both 48 hours and 7 days. The same amount of chance of formation. Um, Looks like it might go into the Gulf of Mexico, guys. Two storms from the Pacific is supposed to cross over into the Atlantic, it looks like. Might move into the Gulf of Mexico and Atlantic Basin. Multiple regions. The U.S. is part of multiple regions, guys. Version number 4. 4 and 5. That's what the U.S. is part of. there were only 8 NEMs retired in the 1950s in the Atlantic season, and in 1960 there were only 11 NEMs retired, and in 1970, 9 NEMs were retired in the 1970s in the Atlantic, and in 1980s only 7 were retired in the Atlantic, and in 1990s 15 NEMs were retired, and in the 2000s 24 NEMs were retired. In the 2010s 16 NEMs were retired, and NEMs retired in the 2020s only 6 have been retired so far in the Atlantic. 2 Greek letters, eta and iota. There were no V NEMs retired. There were 7 NEMs that start with A's that were retired. Only 3 B's, 9 C's, 8 D's, 4 E's, 10 letter F NEMs. The most NEMs that were retired started with the letter I. So, bet you Ida E will be retired. And there were the most NEMs that were retired were in September. 35 total NEMs were retired in September. And in November, 4 of them were retired. The least amount of NEMs that were retired were in June, followed by July, 4 of them. August 34, September 35, October 16, and November 4. Lydia and Max might cross over into the Atlantic Basin. Let me see the AccuWeather tracker. Let's see what it says based on their tracker where it's supposed to go. These two storms might go into the Atlantic Basin. These two storms might go into the Atlantic Basin, they're saying. Max and Lydia might go into the Atlantic Basin from the Pacific Basin. Lydia should go into the might go into the Atlantic Basin as a very weak one. We'll see. As soon as it gets a lot closer. That looks like Sean is there. Again, I guess. Damn it. Too many people are staying on the island as a camper these days. Sometimes it's a false announcement, guys. Sometimes it's fake announcement, not a real, true announcement. And sometimes it is true, real sometimes, but not all the time. If the tent isn't up, that means it's fake announcement. Yep, that is true. Unfortunately, that is true. Chadwick. A penguin. I just had a penguin move off the island. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching my 2023 Atlantic Hurricane Season Update video. Peace out.